going to show you how we stack cut letters. The top is going to be painted and the bottom is going to be hardwood. We're going to put them together and have a beautiful addition to our signs. Let's get started. I'm using 3/4 inch walnut for my bottom layer, but I don't need this entire piece, so I'm cutting it down on my miter saw. I ran it quickly through my planer just to make sure it was all good and flat, especially because other letters were going to be sitting on top of it. I do not want each piece of the wood to actually be permanently adhered together, so I'm using the tape as a barrier between the two. Then I use a spray glue to temporarily attach the two together. I want to get a good coat to make sure that it's proper adhesion and we don't have any slippage when I go to cut it on the scroll saw. I am not using my laser to cut this out because I do not want the charred edges on the sides. When I use MDF, I'm going to be priming and painting, which covers up those charred edges. But here I want to be able to see the grain of the hardwood. That's the whole purpose of having that little peak underneath. I am, however, using the laser to score my template onto the MDF so I know where to cut. There's multiple ways to do this. Some people will hand draw it. Some people will print something out like a template on their computer and adhere that computer paper to your piece. There's multiple ways to skin a cat. Here I'm just using my laser because that's where all my files sit. So yeah. Before I get to cutting on my scroll saw, you want to drill pilot holes through the center of any of the letters or pieces that you're going to be cutting out. The hole is so that way I can feed my blade through it and cut out those middle pieces without having to go through my actual letter. You can take care of those inner pieces first before you cut the outer pieces, and will make your life so much easier in the end. Now's the fun part, cutting on my DeWalt scroll saw. I am using a double reverse tooth blade. I'm pretty sure this is number 5. My favorite two to use are number 5 and number 7. This is a little bit thicker of piece of wood, so I'm pretty sure I'm using number 5 here. Scroll sawing is my first love. I cut every single thing out on a scroll saw for the first 2 years, so I love getting back on the saw. It's like the whole entire world just fades away. I love it so much. I now carefully separate the two pieces apart because that spray adhesive is pretty strong and you want to make sure that you're not going to be breaking any of them while you separate it. And then remove any of that tape, and now you have two perfectly aligned pieces. I didn't film for this video, but I sanded, primed, and painted the MDF letters, and on the walnut, I oiled them for that beautiful walnut and oil combination. Before gluing my letters to my backer, I am going to adhere the MDF piece to the wood piece. Since I am doing wood to wood, I am using a wood glue super glue combo. The wood glue is going to give you that strength over time, and that super glue is going to act as a clamp as the wood glue adheres and keeps everything in place so the wood glue can do its job. And do you see that grain on the walnut? Oh my gosh, it's just so good. That's exactly why we do things like this. Little upgrades to the sign just makes a huge difference. I cut a cardboard template for my glue up process. I do not trust myself to actually get it straight without doing this. I have a separate video for that as well, but I highly recommend it. Next, I lay everything out and make sure we're good to go before gluing down. Here I'm going to be using an E6000 super glue combo. My pieces are wood to a painted surface this time instead of a wood to wood. So my go-to is the E6000 super glue combo. That super glue is going to do the same thing and act as a clamp, but that E6000 is going to give us that adhesion over time. Once dried, I remove the cardboard template and she is good to go. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. You can take a simple logo and elevate it so easily with some of these little upgrades. Thank you so much for watching and don't forget to subscribe. Have a beautiful day.